Look relaxed, Drake.
I have been looking forward to this day for years.
Okay, again?
Another 10.
Going again. Going again.
So what happened?
So the diesel boiler heater
Go again.
was turned to the wrong setting.
Well, that's it. We just raised anchor in Norfolk. It's now a little late, 11:30. Weather turns pretty ugly on Thursday with winds of 20 to 25, gusts to 30 out of the north, and we are going north. We are booking it out of here to get to an anchorage in Cape May that none of us has ever seen before. We hope to get there before it turns ugly. We may reassess the weather and the situation as we approach Cape May and decide to push on to Atlantic City or New York City. We only got a day here in Norfolk. It kind of feels like being on a military base. Everywhere you look, there are these enormous U.S. naval warships.
I would, yeah. I think I had my thermos down there too.
Yeah, man, we'll get you to New York.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. It's nice to go out when you know you're gonna have calm seas and good weather. So going out into a little bit of wind is always a little nerve-wracking. But I think it'll be a good time because we know it's gonna be diminishing.
Yep.
And I feel very confident about that. I mean, so even if you're getting beat up, it's not going to be, a week-long event.
Thank you.
So, and if anything, breaks or whatnot, we'll be able to pull in several locations, and it's better to do it here than many other parts down your trip. So,
this is a shakedown.
Yeah.
It is a real shakedown.
And we're doing some shaking and moving, that's for sure. I don't see a lot of the Navy ships out here.
No.
They must all be out on mission. Just the really big ones.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the smaller guys. The really big ones, man, it's crazy.
We did hear on the VHF the Navy say to a recreational boat, stand down your approach to this vessel or something like that.
Yeah. No, they don't play around here. They patrol the waters, and the 50 caliber guns are mounted on the bow of their boat. And with the instruction, they'll warn, but they're live, and you can't be screwed around. 13 AIS contacts in this channel. It's not something I think you want to be tired with all the tug traffic day and night. And I've done here at night, and I felt inbound into the channel, and that was good. But definitely if there's fog, that just adds a new dimension to it.
my
So
God.
I just can't imagine now going anywhere without radar. I think for peace of mind, it's a necessary cruising device.
Really helps at night, especially. Yeah.
At what point are we going to cut on the engine and say, okay, sail's not getting us there. We want to maintain set speed.
I want 6 knots.
Okay, so 6 knots.
It's under 6 to run the engine.
I mean, idle power, just enough to get it to speed. And
Got it. I put a reef in the main.
okay,
Yeah, but before sunset, we'll put a double reef in. Winds are light, not even 3 knots true wind speed, but that will all change soon.
Hi.
Oh, is that for me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
I guess so.
It looks wonderful.
It is. I think.
The thing I find most amazing about those big container ships
Yeah,
is how little crew is aboard. Like 6 people.
6 people.
This is great. Black pepper and the cucumbers.
Did you use my cucumber?
No. They used our cucumber.
I got that cucumber for my fired up chicken pita sandwich, man.
Awesome. And I'm sure it will be just as good. You know, we have some kale that you can substitute for that.
Drakes, you keep wanting you to use the kale.
I know. What?
You can't go to any of her recipes.
Kale's not even in any of my recipes.
I can't hear you. The engine is so loud. Just kidding.
Yeah. Just coming out of Norfolk, we see this big white ship with the red crosses. I wonder if that's the Red Cross.
The Navy has their own hospital ships, but the white ship is the Public Health Service. It's a branch of the Federal Service,
Yeah.
but it's not militarized.
Huh.
And so their sole goal is to provide aid and assistance in cases of emergency.
I feel like we're playing a game of Battleship.
That's really at the police store.
So funny, the further away you are from those container ships, they look almost tiny-ish. Then you get right up next to them, they're just insanely large.
This is done before we head out.
Nice.
Raise sail soon. Be on our way. Adam's awesome crew. I couldn't ask for a better crew. Always trying to learn stuff, always trying to help. His personality is really, really great. He's also very, very, very knowledgeable and capable, but in a very sort of humble kind of way. I really like him.
Good.
I hope he can sail with us again. We just got to get him to New York City in time for his plane.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope we don't get stuck in Cape May. Just got 3 days to get from Norfolk to New York City so that he can get his plane on Sunday.
Well, we'll keep it safe though, eh?
Of course. Might be a little rough starting sometime tonight and then into the morning, and that's just when we'll be getting into Cape May, the safe harbor, getting the anchor down and reassessing when our next window is to go further north. Set up our blue jack lines here on the deck. Whenever any one person is on watch and the other two are down below, it's a pretty strict rule. You got to be clipped in before you do anything on deck.
Now, do you want us to wake someone up if we have to go forward at all?
Definitely at night. But in general, yeah, wake me up. Okay, ready to raise?
Ready to raise.
Hi.
Of course, this is your 93. Green gauge the autopilot. This is like playtime. It's like, I don't know, I feel like a kid and just like playing. I love this.
It's a jib furling line. What I always do is I snake it and just throw it out like this on top of itself, and then when it flies through the block, it doesn't get caught on itself. Autopilot's a little finicky. Okay, there's our course. That felt better. Now we're getting 6 knots.
How did the furlers look?
Yeah, the staysail had jammed again. Yeah, it just fell off the drum. Before the drum was here, and it used to go to this block.
Oh, okay, so if it did that, then and it should be going. That one's lower and it's working.
Yeah, that one's working fine. Maybe there was slack?
I mean, definitely have a friction point right there. Definitely have a friction point right there.
But even so, why
that wouldn't affect here.
Why did it fall off the bottom of the drum and then get wrapped underneath? I wonder if there was.
I suppose we have to make sure that there's proper tension.
Yeah.
I imagine if this isn't having proper tension,
If it's loose,
it's gonna fall, and then it falls right there, and then we yank on it, and then boom, you're under there.
is the diameter of this line too thin? So thin that it's like just falling in there? Next time we deploy it, then as soon as it's out, I'm gonna come up here and look at it.
I don't know. We'll have to see it in action.
Thank you for joining us on our shakedown offshore sail.
They're telling us our winds are going to diminish about 10 knots.
Really?
Southwest coming south, diminishing to 10 knots.
It's still turning to shit tomorrow?
Still turning to shit tomorrow. But it's going to be pretty light winds.
We don't want to slow down. really want to get to Cape May by sometime early tomorrow.
While we have daylight, do you want to shake out the reef on the main, or you want to leave it at the single reefs?
Yeah, we'll shake it out.
Because if we have, now it's telling us 10 knots south by southwest, and might as well get the extra gas mileage out of it. And then right before we think it's gonna get windy, we'll just put 2 reefs in.
Before night, just in case.
Yeah, as it starts to get dusk, we'll go ahead and double reef through the night and be more reliant on the motor.
Right. And we're headed for a bridge.
It's a tunnel.
It's a tunnel?
Yes. I mean, it's a large bridge and it's a tunnel. I heard a report of a European couple,
Yeah.
loitering Norfolk Harbor. Raise the bridge. We're gonna hit the bridge.
Really?
And it looks. You see this big bridge. Imagine the decreased visibility. You think you're gonna slam into this bridge, but there's no bridge.
So here we are, a little highway, which goes over the water for a great length, over the water, over the water, over the water, over the water, and then right there, it submerges and picks up right over there. Must be interesting to drive through, to be overland for such a distance over water, and then all of a sudden, whoop, and then come back out on the other side, knowing that there's shipping going over right ahead. Nobody behind us, nobody in front of us. Bunch of cars going right beneath us. They have no wind, barely 7 knots there. Wow, look at that. It's enormous. That's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. It goes for a really long length, and then right here it turns into the tunnel where the cars go underwater over to the other side over there, so that shipping can go through here without them ever having to raise a bridge. It's interesting that they send the cars underwater. We're out in the ocean now. How you feeling, though? Yeah! The wind's just picked up slightly. 9 knots apparent. Definitely enough to make us sail.
Look relaxed, Drake.
I have been looking forward to this day for years. Getting Paragon offshore under sail. It has been years. We've done a little bit of shakedown sailing in the Pamlico River, but we haven't gone out. Finally. Wednesday, March 20th at 4:20 in the afternoon. we're under sail and about 15 to 20 knots of wind. It's a nice beam reach. We've got the jib, the main, and the staysail up, and the wind vane steering. And I'm talking quietly because everybody else aboard is sound asleep in the cockpit. It's a beautiful sunny day. A little chilly. As you can see, we are moving. If we got a flashlight. I keep all my flashlights down here in this locker underneath the companionway steps to get to really easily. There's the watch rotation. 0900 through noon is Adam, noon to 3 is Unique, 1500 to 1800 is me, and then we switch every 3 hours until the 9 o'clock watch. Starting at 9, it switches every 2 hours, so you get 2 hours on, 4 hours off at night, 3 hours on, 6 hours off during the day. Everybody's doing out in the cockpit. Of course, speed through the water is 7 right 30 knots. It's not bad. Pretty breezy out there, but with the enclosure completely closed, we're not feeling the wind inside here at all. How about some Wits crackers? I've been waiting for years to get this boat offshore again, and I'll say I am pleased so far. Wind vane is steering, that's great. There you go. Right over here you can see this Pelican case. I made this starboard frame, and then I screwed it into the cabin top here. It doesn't move because it's in the frame. You can pop it out like that, but I put this webbing here, which clips on the other side on top to hold it down. And it's where our cameras are. It's really easy to just grab the camera in the cockpit. When you're done with it, just put it back in there. You don't have to fumble with bags or go down below and, you know, search for cameras in lockers. It's all right here, ready to go. Wasn't so bad.
No, not at all. And with that winch mounted there, you know, it really enables you to reef just, you know, right away.
Without having to go into the wind or drop the head sails or change your course or anything. It's never fun though.
No.
Especially at night.
They haven't lost that much. our speed.
How much speed?
You know?
No, yeah, sometimes maybe even
Just a little bit more control, I think. Keeping our course.
it feels a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
I was down below, just like put some stuff in the skillet, let it cook for a second, lie down in the salon, and then I could just feel it, you know? I could feel all that pressure.
Yeah, that feels a little better, a little balanced.
Yeah. You're not gonna make it?
I'm making it. I'm making it.
You want a cup of coffee?
No, thank you.
A little bit of turkey goulash?
Ask me in 10 minutes.
Okay. Adam's expecting you on...
I know, in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Could you hand me my glasses on the side there, please?
Here you go. Take your time.
How's it been going?
It's going good. Winds right now are about where they have been, about 17 or 18 knots of wind. Coming due south, and I have to do radar contacts, and it's pretty uneventful, not much going on. About 70 degrees magnetic. There's a single reason we made. Still no changes on the sail plan. She's cruising along at 6.5 to 7.5 knots. She's making great time. That spot is warmed up, and do you need any tea or anything like that?
No, I'm cool, thank you.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go hit the sack and holler at me if you need me, man.
You bet.
There's some leftover, extremely dark, not quite turbo, but like overbuilt coffee that Starbucks instant.
Oh, thanks,
Stuff will knock your socks off.
I believe I'll be keeping my socks on, but thank you anyway.
It is a little chilly out here, isn't it?
It is. It's getting colder. It's gonna get colder and colder.
Chance of snow flurries tomorrow.
Really?
Isn't that gonna be great? It's gonna be awesome.
It's like Christmas.
We're not in Oriental anymore, Sharon.
That is true.
All of you
Sleep
if you
well.
need me.
I'll see you in 4 hours.
4 hours it is.
I'm so proud of you
Why?
because you got out of bed.
Yeah. I am a trooper.
You are a trooper. You're awesome.
Why did you have doubts?
Never.
Was that you coming down to see if I was out of bed? Take that as a yes.
One thing Adam didn't tell you is that we're using the watch commander.
Yes, every 10 minutes I heard it.
Oh, okay. Yep. So when
Is it on now?
yes, it is. So it'll start beeping soon. When it does, hit the red button and stand up and scan the horizon.
Are you guys just pushing your head up through the... pushing it up?
Yeah. Push your head right up onto the plastic there. You can stick your head up and see outside. What I've been doing is just sort of lying where you are and looking up at the chart plotter just to make sure.
So I need to put my glasses on.
Yeah, you need to be able to see.
I wonder if we have enough time while we're in New York for me to get a new pair of glasses.
Yeah, we will. So as you can see on the chart plotter here, I'm going to turn the brightness up just a little bit more. Okay, so you see, there we are. The waypoint is way out here. We're just kind of going in this basic direction. There's nothing charted that's going to be in the path of Paragon on your watch. The radar is set for 8 miles, and each ring is 2 nautical miles. So we have no radar contacts at this time. But if you see any sort of blips or anything on there at all, it's worth paying attention to, especially if it's in front of us. The winds are supposed to clock. Okay, you gotta hit that. See anything?
No.
Nothing but
Give me
open
my
ocean.
yellow pillow, please.
Jesus. There you go. I'm gonna ask that you put your harness on.
Thank you. I don't have my harness.
You should have brought it up with you, but I will go down and get it for you this one time.
Got me a ginger ale.
I sure can. You see where the wind direction is? Where the wind's coming from on the wind meter? That actually shouldn't change, because if the wind direction changes, Paragon, because it's being steered by wind vane, will automatically change course to match the wind direction. All that should change, if the wind direction changes, is the direction that the boat's headed. The direction that we're going in right now is pretty good.
So what is that on the radar on the second ring?
That's actually just a cursor. It's not a contact.
We have a cursor following us.
Here, I'll put the cursor over there. Of course, if anything happens, if you have any question at all, or if anything changes, you know, if the boat starts going off course, or if the sails start fluttering, or if anything at all happens, then wake me up. Mine is next watch in 2 hours. I'm going to be lying down on the port side settee.
I was fine laying down.
Yeah.
It's the moment I get up.
Yeah. Hopefully those meds are going to really kick in for you. So winds are supposed to be clocking to the west. So at some point, to stay on the course we want to do, we're going to have to jibe. The first thing that you'll see if the winds start to clock is a change in direction of the boat on the chart ladder. On the compass, we're at about 60 to 65 degrees magnetic. But again, the first thing you'll notice is our icon going off course. Okay. I'll get your harness for you. Here you go. Try looking at the horizon. Some ginger ale. When we were looking at the weather report just before we left Norfolk, we saw that winds would be 20 to 25 sustained and gusting 30 starting right about now. And that we thought we could make it to
Cape May.
Cape May. There's that little stuff going on. We thought if we really booked it, we could make it to Cape May and get the hook down and wait out the day of northerly winds. And we are about 45 miles away from Cape May right now. Unfortunately, it's about due north of us, and so we couldn't possibly motor straight into the eye of the wind of this and just go the shortest run line distance to Cape May, 45 miles. So we're close haul with a double reef main and a staysail and an engine, and we are making 6.8 knots through the water, 6.8 knots over ground, up to 7. Instead of 45 miles on the run line, we're going to end up going like 70 miles altogether. We're going to go on this port path for another 30 miles, and then go on to a starboard path for about 35 more miles. Yeah, sailing through the night was fine. It was winds out of the southwest or southeast, and then southwest, and then west, as was forecast. We jived in the middle of the night. And there's always some water in the bilge, and with all this hellish thrash movement, the water is being sloshed around, hitting the float switch, and it's pumped it out, and then the float switch goes down, and then the water from the hose goes back into the bilge. So we'll probably be hearing it on and off. How are you? I am so glad you're here, man.
I'm well rested. You slept like a baby when you were working.
Fortunately, Mo's been seasick since we pushed off. It just slowly got worse and worse and worse. We'll be getting the hook down to Cape May soon, and then everything will be wonderful. We are going to port. And I am going to bed.